Well, I think one thing I want to add to those numbers. Tonight, these guys are getting in the ring for approximately between them the 700th time. They fought a phenomenal amount of amateur fights each. 250 or so for McCallum, 400 or so for Curry. And what that means is you have two schooled craftsmen. And it will be exciting to see whether they can break each other down, whether they can probe for weaknesses and assert their own strengths. I know myself as a fight fan, I couldn't be more excited about seeing two real professional fighters.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers in this fight. And again, they really aren't particularly significant. McCallum is 30 years old. Some say he's older than 30 years, but there's at least a 5-year age difference, so that could be kind of a factor. They both came in just about at the limit of the junior middleweights, 154. McCallum's a quarter of a pound less. So the common opponents of these two, again, you can forget about Rigoberto Lopez. They both fought him early in their careers, but Milton McCrory could be something of a barometer, but they both knocked him out. It took McCallum a little bit longer than it did Curry. Let's look at some other numbers, Larry.
This is our punch stat numbers to give you a statistical profile of how they fight. McCrory throws a lot of punches. Many of them are just probing punches. Curry is more economical and lands a higher percentage. And that same thing is reflected in the number of jabs. Many of the jabs that McCrory throws are not punches, are not designed to hurt his opponents.
And we'll take a look at the rules. The 10-point must system is in effect. There will not be a standing 8 count. 3 judges score the fight, not the referee. A fighter could be saved with the bell only in the last round. And the only one that is significant at all, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Now let's get on with it. We'll go to the ring announcer, Michael Buffer, and we'll get the pre-fight indications. Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is a presentation of Top Rank Incorporated in association with Main Events Promotion, Caesar's Palace, and the King of Beers, Budweiser. Representing the WBA, the World Boxing Association, at ringside is Murray Sleep. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dwayne Ford. The commissioners are Sam Macias, Sig Rogich, Herb Santos, and Freddie Little. And the executive director is Harold Buck. The 3 judges for this world title bout will be Ove Overson of Denmark, Guy Jutras of Canada, and Charlie Roth of the United States. The timekeeper is Charlie Roth, and counting for the knockdown seconds is Mike Morabito. The physicians at ringside are doctors Donald Romeo, James Game, and Elias Ghanem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, let's get ready to rumble. 15 rounds for the junior middleweight championship of the world. The referee for this bout is Richard Steele. Introducing first in the red corner. He's wearing the black trunks with gold trim and weighs 154 pounds even as a professional. He's 27-1, 20 by KO. He currently holds the junior middleweight title under the USBA. From Fort Worth, Texas, the former undisputed welterweight champion of the world, the Lone Star Cobra, Donald Curry. And in the blue corner, wearing the gold trunks with black and green trim, weighing in this morning at 153 3/4 pounds, he is undefeated as a professional, 31 in a row, 28 by knockout. He's held a world title longer than any active champion today. This is his 6th defense. Ladies and gentlemen, the junior middleweight champion of the world, Mike the Body Snatcher McCallum.
All right, Mike and Donald, I gave both of you instruction in the dressing room. I want to caution you again, obey my commands at all times. If there's no question, shake hands, good luck. Let's go.
The word from the McCallum camp is that they want to try to jump on Curry because they're not sure Curry can stand the pressure. But that would be out of character for McCallum to do. Let's see how that works out.
Hunnigan, of course, brawled Donald Curry, Ray, and it was always said that that's the kind of guy that really bothers Donald Curry. McCallum is not, as Larry Merchant said, that kind of guy.
Well, I disagree. I think sometimes a boxer can bother Donald Curry. You got to break his rhythm. Donald Curry is a technician. Good hands. He waits. He sets his man up. Again, and against Milt McCrory, who was moving, Donald threw a picture-perfect left hook. I think here with Mike McCallum, he has to be careful, has to be cautious at all times.
That was the bad short right hand by Curry. And again, we mentioned earlier in Ray's tip of the night that McCallum, perhaps even more than Curry, drops his left hand. Let's watch for it.
I think a punch that probably will work against Mike McCallum is the left hook of Donald Curry's. It's a short and very powerful punch. And I think Mike McCallum has to be very careful about dropping that right hand.
George Benton, who is the trainer of Mike McCallum, said his man is an excellent defensive fighter. There was a good left hand by Curry.
Give him up. Give him up.
Donald Curry seems to be quite relaxed here, very, very comfortable. There was talk that he had problems making him weight. But at the present time, there's no indication of that. We need to see more jabs by Mike McCallum. And what I mean more jabs, I mean up and down.
Give him up. Give him up.
And McCallum draws a warning from Richard Steele to keep his punches up. He is a body puncher, ergo the name the body snatcher. He really hammered Julian Jackson to the body before putting him away in the second round. Short left hand by McCallum.
Both fighters are still a little cold here. They're not as fluent as they would want to be. Again, you see what happens here. Both fighters again start to lead with the heads. And to prevent those headbutts, when you move down, you move left and right. You move the head to side to side.
And Curry has not done that in his last 3 fights. Again, a warning from Richard Steele.
That was a feel-out round. I felt that Curry was trying to throw the bigger stuff.
Stay right on. Now look, you feel the pressure there. He feels that pressure. You understand? Now keep that pressure right on him. See, and he can't get off as quick because you got him moving, right? Now look.
There you saw McCallum going to the body, but neither punch landing clearly. But the left hook that followed up did.